inside the Mayweather Boxing Club with a guy that I haven't seen on the scene in a couple of years, Cortez Bey. Cortez, first of all, big fight this weekend. You haven't fought in over 3 years, so what's it like for you finally getting back in the ring?
Oh man, it feels good to finally be back doing what I love. So I just been training hard, never really took any breaks, but you know, just waiting for the right situation, get myself together mentally, and now I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, and it's so often the problem is it's not necessarily things going on with you physically or with yourself, but behind the scenes type stuff. So for the last 3 years, you know, as far as what you can share with us, where you been and what's kept you out of action?
Oh man, just well, I wanted a little break from the game. There was a lot going on, a lot of stuff mentally. Just got involved with some of the wrong people in the game. So, but in the 3 years, I still been training. I went to 4 or 5 training camps with world champions. So I stayed active outside of actually fighting. I stayed active and stayed sharp, stayed training.
All right. Well, now you're heading up there with all the guys from the money team, including your brother. You know, you're not officially signed with Floyd, so are you kind of treating this as an audition, so to speak?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, just like a debut. So, you know, I gotta go out there and impress.
And then Mickey, of course, your brother's on the card. How fun is it for you guys to be on the same card? And is there a little bit of a sibling rivalry? You want to show up each other and put on a better performance than the other one?
No, it's not a rivalry. We've been doing this since we were little. Like, we've been fighting on the same cards, fighting the same day, sometimes at the same exact time. So it's something that I'm used to.
So you glad to get back into that and finally be able to fight in the same card again?
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good feeling.
All right, well, this guy you're fighting, John Grimaldo, what do you know about him and what kind of challenges he present for you?
I don't know anything about him. You know, I really don't care to know. You know, I just want to go out there and do what I do and concentrate on what I need to do. And I know I'd be victorious if, you know, as long as I'm confident, concentrate on what I need to do. I don't too much worry about the opponent.
Is that, you know, for people sitting on the outside like myself, they say, you know, it's not good to not know your opponent, you know, go in there blind. But do you figure that's maybe somewhat of a benefit at times? Because maybe, you know, if you go in there, as long as you execute your plan, that's his problem, not yours. Is that the way you look at it? Or?
And you might underestimate a guy after you see tape and be like, oh man, this could be easy. So I rather overestimate him and look at him as, you know, the highest caliber fighter you can get in the ring with. And that's how I see it without checking out tape and seeing the way they fight and everything.
Well, now it's been, like I said, 3 years since you've been in the ring. Obviously, you know, you've been here, you've been in shape, you've been sparring, but that's different than being in the ring.
Right.
Does that worry you at all, going into the ring with this guy, knowing that you've been out of action for 3 years? You worry about ring rust or anything like that?
No, it doesn't worry me. You know, it's mainly because most guys that took this longer break wouldn't have trained as much as I would have. Like, they don't train this much. Most guys it's been out 3 years, took long breaks, and I hardly took a break at all. So I stayed trained and stayed sharp. So it's a big difference with the layoff that I had.
Well, we know you're here at the gym, your brother's here, but what brought you, you know, Mickey was here before you, so what brought you ultimately to come to the gym here and work with these guys?
Oh man, just mainly with Floyd, it always been like a big brother. From day one when I first came out, I was still amateur, and Floyd showed love and tried to teach me the finer points of the game, and all the way up until this point, he's still doing the same thing. So it was just with the connection I always had with Floyd that brought me here.
Any butterflies going in this fight? Like I said, you've been out of action for a while.
No, I'm just ready to go. Just anxious, you know, ready to get out.
Well, Cortez, you're 8-1 in your career. You know, you had a fine start to your career. With the layoff, what's different between Cortez Bey now and Cortez Bey then? How have you improved, and how much better of a fighter are you? What have you added to your arsenal?
A whole lot. I added a lot mentally and knowing my body more. You know, I had a lot of problems just not knowing from the amateurs. I always lost a lot of weight, like the day before fights, and I learned the hard way that in the professionals you can't take stuff for granted. You know, you kind of do stuff. In the amateurs, you kind of freestyle, and that's what I took into my pro career, and I never learned the points of how to really lose weight and how to eat right and everything. So that set me back. Losing too much weight for a fight, for a same day weight, and I just learned I'm stronger mentally, physically, on every level. I just took all this time to really think about how I can improve on every level as a fighter. And that's why I think I'm a better fighter right now.
And so then going forward, you think you got the out of the ring obstacles out of the way, and we're going to see you back in action on a regular basis, and and see just how far Cortez Bey can go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I want to fight every month until I step it up into bigger fights.
All right. All right, Cortez, well, best of luck to you. Friday night, Showbox, and like I said, all you guys will be on there. Mickey Bay, basically everybody on the money team's all together there, and Cortez, sure soon enough will be one of them. So best luck to you, Cortez.
Yes,
take care.
All right, thank you.
Let me ask you.
No.